Greetings everybody, and welcome to another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the backbone of my fleet and one of my favourite ships. This is the Miracle Worker Flight Deck Carrier T6. This is Captain Pike's ship. Now, there's a lot of controversy with this ship, as you can imagine. It's not cheap on the exchange, and it's virtually impossible to get it in an R&D box. I purchased this off the exchange for silly energy credits, to be honest with you. It was quite eye-watering, but I wanted her. I got her, and she is a lovely, lovely ship. I've equipped her with pulse cannons, and she is the backbone of my fleet. She's my go-to ship when I want to get into a bit of a ruck and yeah, work my way through lots of enemies. It's the archetypal design of a Star Trek ship, in my opinion, and it's the closest that I've been able to get to the original Enterprise. Mine is called the Odyssey, and she is a beautiful ship, well designed. I really do enjoy flying this ship. If you want to get one, well, as I say, they're not cheap on the exchange. You can try looking in R&D boxes, but the chances of you picking one up on the R&D boxes is quite slim. Although I've had people say that they do quite well on R&D boxes. I'm not one of them, I'm afraid. So, there we go. The Miracle Worker Flight Deck Cruiser. Let's have a look, see what she's made of. As you can see, I've equipped her. She's a 5.3 build, and I've equipped her with 3 phaser pulse cannons on the front, dual heavy cannons on the front, pulse phasers. They are my favourite go-to weapon at the moment. I've also issued her with a quantum phase dual heavy cannon, and that's because I'm getting a 3-piece set bonus from that. So I'm getting the quantum dual heavy cannons, quantum phase torpedo, and the universal quantum phase converter. The 3-piece set, uh, 135 targeting arc, 10 km range, 2-minute recharge, 1512 phaser damage per second for 10 seconds. That's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah, okay. The normal pulse phaser cannons are giving me 1566.1 phaser damage, 1252.9 damage per second, 1285.3 damage per second. Anyway, moving on. I'm getting lost in all the statistics. I am running the Discovery Deflector, the Discovery Impulse Engine, the Discovery Warp Core, and Shield, which gives me 4-piece set bonus of 21,455 kinetic damage that scales with maximum hull to 200,000 hull divided between targets hit. Each target hit grants an unlimited duration buff of 3%. Maximum hull up to 20 stacks. So I'll move on. The back three weapons, I'm running 2 pulse phaser turrets and a pulse phaser Omni. In the devices, beacon of KLS, red matter capacitor, a weapons battery, 2 weapons batteries. The universal console, I'm running the Voth power subcore, which gives me 15.2 shield hit points and 30% shield resistance. In the engineering consoles, I'm using the 0 point energy conduit, the Trillium D plating, which I always use, the tachyokinetic converter, which is giving me the flight turn rate, the critical chance and critical severity bonuses. We've just talked about the universal quantum phase converter. The binaural infusion circuits, again 26.2 critical severity. The universal dynamic power redistributor module, which I've taken from my Atlas, and that's helping me with 11.3 all damage resistance rating, plus 19 directed energy damage. Bonus damage, oh, it says it twice, doesn't it? Resistance, bonus damage resistance, hull regen to self for 20 seconds, plus 40 bonus damage while above 80% hull, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500 hull regen for 2 minutes. Recharge. I've never actually read that. Yeah, we're running the console that comes with this ship, which is the reinforcing squadrons. So we've got 18 hangar pets flying around the ship, and these can give some devastating damage, and you can reinforce them with the reinforcing squadrons console. I'm putting on the universal approaching agony console, which gives me another 15% phaser damage. So I've got 15% phaser damage there, another 15% phaser damage there, and 26.3 phaser damage there. So that's giving me a 56.3, if my maths is correct, a 56.3 phaser damage. And on top of that, I've put on a vulnerability locator, which gives me a 1.6 critical chance and a 27.9 cannon weapon damage. Okay, the traits: 25% physical damage resistance rating, 25% kinetic damage resistance rating, regenerates hull 1782.6, 1.25% of your current maximum every 3 seconds in space. Twice this amount is regenerated out of combat. Hangar recharge speed, increased rank gains for hangar pets, quicker deployment, you can get your pets out quicker. Energy radiation damage resistance, plus 25% energy damage resistance rating, plus 25% radiation damage resistance rating. And the trait: heal resistance buff after significant damage when taking more than 20% of your maximum health in 5 seconds. Gain polarized lattice optimized titanium armor for 15 seconds. Immune to transported warheads. Heals 42,159 hull over duration. Wow, I think I've got that in, but let's have a look. Yeah, I have. Oh yes, just one thing here. I better just change that. Yep, my space traits, if you wanted to know, I've got Terran targeting systems, which gives me plus 15 critical severity. I'm using ablative shell, self-modulating fire, cannon training, def cannoneer, gives me an extra turn rate, plus 5 critical severity, grace under fire, techie, and 10% accuracy rating. Right, so let's see what she can do, shall we? Oh, one other thing I forgot to look at. Statistics. The hull, 142,607. All the resists are quite high. 44s, mid 40s. I think the radiation resist is 36.3. That's the lowest of the lot. Critical chance 21.5. Critical severity 173.2. So critical chance is slightly down. No, we'll keep that as is. So let's take her into space and have some fun. So here we are. We're about to play Infected Conduit.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Wow. Someone has massive DPS there.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
Let's see if we can take some of these substations out.
A probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
My, that went down rather quickly, didn't it?
Probe is closing in on a transformer.
Wow.
Destroy it.
Dear me, that was quickly taken down as well. It's very difficult to predict sometimes what kind of a group you're going to get when you do these pickup groups. Someone certainly is dishing out the damage to this bore cube. Wow, there we go. Well, she performed admirably there, did the USS Odyssey.
Sensors confirm that the transport conduit has been destroyed.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye. I didn't need you to tell me that it's been destroyed. I could see it for myself. Thank you very much. Wow, some quite large explosions there. Right, let's get back into space and we'll finish by having a quick look at the bridge. See you soon. So here we are on the bridge of the USS Odyssey, otherwise known as the Miracle Worker Flight Deck Cruiser T6. And I have to say I am a little disappointed with this bridge. I did expect it to be a little bit more like Captain Pike's bridge off the Enterprise of Discovery. But ironically, this is the bridge from the USS Discovery. So I would have thought for a ship which has come at quite a cost you would expect that they would have given it its own bridge, like the Calvin Timeline ships. So let's have a quick wander around. Just make sure you can't get off. No, you can't get off this one. I thought you couldn't. I think there's a turbo lift here though. I think, no, well, it's not there. But it's over here. No, it's not there either. There is definitely a turbo, because I've seen it. There it is, look. I knew it was here somewhere. And it has a weird sort of sound effect in here, because if you move over here, the sound stops. And if you move over here, you hear the humming of the engines. There you go, it's gone again. Oh, so I think there's a time dilation device in there or something. Right, so what do we have here on the bridge? Let's small craft console. Access to bank account station. Sorry, I keep calling them consoles. They're stations, aren't they? And this is the library file station. And this is the these crew members. Excuse me, do you know you're green? Oh. I have no idea who they are. And this is... oh my word, this is a bit... I'm going to have to be careful there. You could bang your head there, couldn't you? Go. Oh my word. Right, can you run up here? Oh no, you can't run up there, and rightly so as well. You should be running up the front of the screens, could you? And oh, very smart. Standing to attention. Much better than some of the crew that I normally fly with. Do you know they don't even speak to me? Right. Well, okay. Well, at least you're standing to attention. I mean, wow. And who is this gentleman? Oh, do you know you're in the wrong uniform, sir? Yes. Yes. Well, carry on. You're doing a splendid job. And down here we have two other crewmen, both in different uniforms. I mean, you'd have thought they'd made the effort. I mean, at least I try to look like Captain Pike's uniform. But anyway, okay. Ah, here we are. Look, this crew member looks to be dressed accordingly. Have a look at what you're doing. Right, well, carry on. Whatever it is you're doing, just carry on. And wow, there's crew everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 crew on the bridge. I can't move for crew, can you? Some of the other bridges are going. You only get like 2 or 3. Wow, I'm impressed. A ship with crew on. Who'd have thought it? Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Miracle Worker. I believe I have done a review on this before, but I always felt there was unfinished business to do on the ship, so anyhow, hope you've enjoyed this little review, and will join me again when we look at another review, and this time I will be looking at the Phoenix tokens and whether they are value for money compared to the normal upgrades. So that'll be an interesting piece of work, so hopefully I'll see you again in the future and we'll look at that. So for now, this is JeSter signing off.